Good evening, guys, and welcome to Mondays Beyond the Mic. It is Memorial Day weekend. I hope you are enjoying your Memorial Day. And as promised, here is the best of Mondays Beyond the Mic. Enjoy.
Well, I think that's people who are in hiding from their true self.
I'm nutty from the gate. Sorry, Michael.
I can agree with that.
I'm too old to be trying to hide. Oh, shut up, friend. Look, she said I can agree. If people that know me that I am my true, authentic self, with a confusion came in as when Mike McDonald is talking about a certain fear, I think he's talking about it in a different way and different than what was presented in the clip.
Yes.
So I think he's coming from a different perspective and not what was said in the clip. Mike, go.
No, when you said God feared or Jesus feared before taking the pill, you talk about the Matrix or you talk about a story in the Bible?
All right, no.
Look.
And I think Vaughn, who's hiding in the background, I think they all know what story I'm talking about. So don't worry about that.
I don't know.
I know what story. Yeah.
Thank
I know.
you.
Marrying and being with your best friend.
And I think that's the fun. This is how I can say, if you have to get up to tell somebody else your good news and you're married, then you didn't marry your best friend. Because you should.
Hey, hold on, everybody. Order in the court. Order in the court. Order in the court. Elaine, go.
I'm going to say, or we put sex in there. So I want to keep having the sex with you without the courting to take it to the next level. So I'm going to drag this out because there's something beneficial for me until I'm ready. That's why I don't want to go there. So I'm going to say that. And then we're going to go. Because
I got an
Wait, Lady Dawn B says, hold on. Lady Dawn B says, it's just a date until I see if you qualify to court. Exactly.
But
so you
what
date,
qualifies? Then when we stop dating?
Do you understand that?
No.
Seriously. Do you understand that?
Oh
no. Okay. So what we're not going to do is discount Mike's process.
No, I hear what he's saying.
Platform is about. This is his process. He dates different women at different times. Again, I think it's going back.
No, don't make me sound like I'm saying a bunch of women at different times.
Wait, what happened?
When I
hold on. Now hold on. What you're not going to do is shush me on my show. That's not what we're going to do right now. Okay. So now We're going to respect everybody. And what I was saying, to your point, Mike, is we can agree to disagree, whoever disagrees with you. We're not going to discount how you feel. We're not going to discount your process. That's your process. So we are respecting your process.
Don't you have a prepaid lawyer? Anyway, myself, because this is about ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said, you know, I identify with a lot of what Vaughn said. Not so much what the women said, but I do acknowledge what they said. You know, it's a women's trait, so I understand that. And that's not to be chauvinistic or facetious or anything like that. I'm just saying that yes, I have dealt with women that possess that trait. That's a female trait. But this is about me. So about me, I think I've been very dismissive in the past. Some people, I really got to realize how I talk to people because I'm very direct.
And again, and it's funny because to you again, Thomas, extend yourself some grace. Because I'm also hard on myself, but my word at the beginning of this year was grace and consistency. We all need grace. And especially I think it's harder when you're the one that's always doing. And I would venture to say for a man, as a husband, as a father, as a dad, present, it's hard because you have all these things. You have the weight of the world. You have the weight of your family. You have the weight of your kids on you. And it's, I have to perform. I have to show up. I have to do. So yeah, extend yourself some grace.
And if I can, I think one of the things is as a black woman to say to our black men that we love you and we respect you and we want the best for you. And I think sometimes for us, push becomes we want the best, but knowing the balance and being able to go back to the earlier. You did, and he said, no, I said, I'm not buying you a Gucci bag. She's like, it's the same thing. You don't love me anymore. You know,
Okay.
So the point was, I mean, it was a joke, but
right.
You know, people watch these things and then all of a sudden they want this, they want to mimic this relationship, and you didn't choose that partner, or you're not even the person, you're not that person, or you want something that you're not.
That's good.
No, it's
That's
like,
good.
oh, I need a man who lives by himself. He can't live with his mother. He got to make 6 figures, but you live with your mama. You don't have, you know, like you're asking for something you don't have, you know, or you're putting unrealistic expectations on someone. You know, it's great to have aspirations, but at least be what you want.
Right, that part. And then even speaking about being unclear. For me, self-care, what I had to learn is how to love myself and how I wanted to be loved. Learning, okay. And what I did used to do, I'm not going to lie. I used to like, you don't love me. You don't love me. And I would discount his feelings. But that was his capacity. That was his way of showing love. It just wasn't acceptable for me. So once I learned that, that's part of self-love. That's part of self-care. He couldn't love me the way that I needed to be loved. And it was okay. And it's okay for anybody to walk away. But the first part is self-love and self-care. We have to recognize who we are. We have to know what we want before we expect somebody to pour into us and we don't even know what the heck we want. So for me, for that instance, I stopped discounting him saying he loved me because he knew how to love me the way he knew how. It just wasn't acceptable for me. And for me, and it was okay to walk away from that.
Thing will happen again. But again, this camouflaging only makes it worse. And so the shame, it contributes to reluctance. Shame is really a killer. It is really, really a killer. It can kill your life. It can kill your self-esteem. It can cause depression. Just for a couple of things with shame, it has The mental health issues with shame is terrible. It makes it difficult to open up or to be intimate. Being intimate requires the ability to be open, and shame doesn't allow you to be open. Shame takes the key and locks you down and throws the key in the river, right? Never to maybe find it again. Vulnerable, accepting any kind of words coming from your partner, right? It's something. Shame makes you want to hide. Like, I'm hot, you know. And I know there are some people in the chat, some people up in the in the bleachers, in the balcony, in the expensive seats. Listen, I know some of you and some of us and all that will come later. I didn't know what love was till I knew what it wasn't.
That's it. That's it.
When I looked at things, I said, this ain't right. This
Right.
can't be it. No, this can't be it. No, that can't be it. But I found myself in a, like I said in one of my poems, it became a cyclical state of affairs for me, because I struggled with not having a point of reference as to what a relationship with a man is supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
What he's supposed to do, what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to react, what I should look out for, what I should be aware of. If he does this, that means that, don't do that. If he says this, it means this, don't do that. I didn't have a blueprint. So a lot of my experience is trial and error.
I got my heart ripped out of my chest and
Right.
thrown into the highway, and it got ran over 300 times with all the cars. You're telling me, what? It's not a spirit, sir. You didn't even and see, if I got real deep in what I'm saying, it'll all make sense, but I don't want to gross somebody out.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, when you understand that you have trauma in your life, whether it was childhood trauma, whether it's adult trauma, whatever it is, it has to be dealt with. Because as you grow, it's going to stay there unless you treat it. So we cannot have a successful relationship or a marriage if you bringing that thing into it, because it's going to fester and your partner's going to say one thing or two, and it's going to set you off. And then you're going to become another man, another woman. Wait. I didn't date you.
But going back to Mike's point that men do not harbor fear, we do. It's part of our emotions. And what we fail to do is learn how to deal or accept it. Part of life, we all fear. If you don't fear, you're not really fulfilling the full experience of life. Fear is another emotion that we all have. We have happiness, we have fear, we have all of these things. And so what I'm hearing more is pain from something previous that comes into a relationship, because men, under the belief, do not feel that fear is part of their nature. And so when they bring that brokenness into a relationship, they're bringing so many other things, so much baggage. I have a book called What's in Your Bag? Unpacking One Item at a Time. And so often we bring our baggage to relationships because we haven't unpacked our stuff. And so before we talk about a relationship,
and it's only acceptable to cry if somebody dies. It's only acceptable to cry, maybe the birth of your child. There's like, here are these exceptions, but it's okay for a woman to cry, and that's totally unfair, because you need to be able to express yourself. You need to be, because you have these emotions for a reason, sometimes it's in your weakness is where your strength is, because at least, if I'm crying, I'm able to get out and process, what am I feeling right now? I have a son. I try to tell my son, I'm like, tell me what's bothering you. Tell me. If you need to cry, let it out. Because my thought is, he's going to be somebody, if he chooses, he's going to be somebody's husband. He's going to be somebody's father. And I want him to be emotionally healthy.
Yeah, I could only cry in the shower. That let you know.
So you wanted to just go down with the water, like, nah, I ain't crying, just open my eyes.
when you can acknowledge, when you tap into that thing that it's my emotions that's triggering me, and the intelligence comes in the process of, now how do I change that? How do I work? So it's like it's a never ending process, because you're going to try a million times not to get angry if that's the root.
Right.
And you're gonna be like, I want to be mad. I know for me, I'll be like, I'm trying not to scrape your face on the concrete. I'm trying, I just had a little, I don't do a whole lot of fighting. I'm straight. My mind goes a whole other place. So, and for me, it was getting to that point of saying, you know what? I realize I'm angry and I'm trying not to respond like I used to. So in me saying to you, like, I want to scrape you, but I'm not going to scrape you. That was a part of me becoming.
Not today.
Right. Not today. Today I'm going to pass the test, but we don't always pass the test. It takes time.
Right.
I'm complete, you're complete, or that person is complete. But when we come together, love covers. So what you lack, the other person has. What you have, or what the other person lacks, you have. And that's when that partnership comes together in such a beautiful way. And even in your hurt, that person can love you through whatever that baggage that we all carry. But you have to find the right person who can carry the baggage that comes with you. Because there's some things somebody be like, no, that's weight. Like, at the airport, they go, no, you got to check that one. That's over the limit. You cannot put it on the plane. And some people can say, no, it will fit. Let me figure out how to make it fit in the overhead bin. And you don't have to take your luggage off this plane, or we have to put it on another plane. So I think it's really, when we get serious about who we are and who we want in our lives, and not just trying to fill a void. You thinking, where did I lose me in this process?
Look, she said, then lose ourselves. Listen.
We there. I got you. So I think that's real. That's pivotal. That's key for us. So we need to understand communication is key. So we got to go beyond. And I think as you get older, it's not like, oh, she's so fine and he's so handsome. It's like, okay, because fine and handsome will have you crying. What you need to do is figure out that you can communicate with, who understands you as a person, who understands your goals, each other. And most of all, you want someone who supports you. And I don't mean, support financially. Someone you could say, I think I want to go back to school. And he or she, depending on who you're talking to, is like, yes, let's figure out. And then ask you, do check-ins with you to help you reach your goal. I think many times that becomes a problem, because then I dealt with.
Can I say something? Thank
so
you.
Mike had a comment, so we'll go to Mike and then we'll go to Lee. Go, Mike.
Come here. So, come here. You see? This is my daughter, right? Come here. Mike. So, you're gonna tell them, right? Am I insensitive? Is your dad insensitive? Is he a thug?
She's laughing.
Is he sensitive? Am I sensitive to your needs most of the time? Not all of the time, but most of the time.
Let her say it.
Can somebody else ask the question?
Just answer the question.
I think that's the answer.
Look, you better save me here.
You better. Here we go.
Come on,
Pastor, your point is made.
I think he's a great dad. I just think he could be more empathetic sometimes.
Okay. So one of the things. Look. So let me save myself here.
Great deal of empathy.
Let me save myself. Go ahead.
So check this out. My daughter, when she became a teenager, she'll say, "Dad, you wish I was little again, don't you? You wish I was a baby?" Because I used to coddle her. I used to coddle her as a baby, But the world is not going to coddle you all the way through like Dad will. So you have to give them the taste of the real world. the earning, the you know, you can't have everything you want. You know, see, I just recently bought her a car. She was expecting a BMW. For real? How about this Toyota Camry? You know what I'm saying? It has to be some type of balance. And that's all I'm saying, all throughout, emotionally, every aspect, it has to be balanced. She has to see dad as an authoritative figure. She has to see dad as the head of the household. She has to see dad as that person that will get it in if there's a problem outside of this home. You understand? So none of that is synonymous with being weak, but at the same time, none of that is synonymous with being unempathetic.
Wait, but empathy was introduced on your end.
Yeah. And I'm correcting her.
It's one of the pillars of emotional intelligence.
Right. Oh, I'm intelligent like a.
Wait. I'm going to call for timeout here. Mike, you asked her to speak, and when she spoke, she said, "You are a great dad, but you could be a little more empathetic." You don't get to then change the narrative. That's like if I said to my kids, "Aren't I a good mom?" They have to say, "Ma, you are good because," and these are the reasons. I don't get to do that just because I paid the bills or I bought you a car or
No, I got you.
Don't take her car back first. She didn't say those words.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
I told him, don't take her car back next week.
Because she didn't say you were. But a part of that is, and all I'm saying, Mike, is this. You don't get to tell her. That's how she feels. And that's how, so that's honestly, to me, you need to lean in that area in a conversation to figure out what that looks like for her.
No, I get it. I'm going to go back and eat my curry shrimp.
See, that's putting it on the shelf right there. That's putting it on the shelf right there.
Wait, we're going to need William Michael Barbie to invite Mike McDonald to the next group.
Right. Mike correcting her, I'm done. What? Because he did say, get out of here, let me save myself. Right. But you know what? Baby girl didn't agree. He said, get out of here, let me save myself.
He forced her in and then pushed her out.
But that was a good thing that Mike, one I felt for it in a way is dangerous, but it was good that it was there. And it's good that Mike is the person that he is, because you can see he has a big heart and he's open and you can see the love that they share. The other great thing tonight, it also shows, Mike, which is somewhat contrary to some of your narrative, because what you talk about strength being one way, when strength is being able to acknowledge that someone experienced you differently than what you want or perceive. And how do you reside in that position without judgment or call? And so we saw what you did. You put it on the shelf because you said, well, I'm going back to eat my potato chips. You know, and so beyond, instead of dealing with that while you are in there, you can't say that you're being strong or you avoid. That's weakness right there. Not being able to stay in that cut. That's how weakness show up in a macho man, when he doesn't address the issue that is present.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but this is not my show.
Because you eliminate everything that you said previous.
No. This is not my show. This is not the platform to have a conversation with her about that. However, I will have that conversation. All right. Thank you.
And here's a better have that camera.
So Corey said, Mike, the fact that your daughter was not afraid to be truthful shows a lot about how you raised her. Absolutely.
That's beautiful. There you go. That's how you're the winner, Mike.
You pointing that finger again.
Aha.
But I think, you know,
somebody is observant.
That's right, Mike.
But it goes both ways, Mike. And I think that is, you are, you know, from what we can see, and like Corey said, you're a great dad, but you also have to listen to what she's saying. And it looks different. You know, it looks like different. Corey said, you're a great dad, but you also have to listen to what she's saying.
I understand that.
so a part of that, you know, and I get it, because, you know, I had a dad who was, you know, I can show and all of these other things, but also being able to lean in and say, well, here are some areas I think, you know, X, Y, and Z. And I say this to my kids, you know, I have a son and daughters. I said, they're going to find something that they didn't like that I've done. And I have to be okay with it. I've done my best.
Right.
Righty. So we have another comment. Oh, it's here.
Hey, Lisa. I think she's I think it's Mike. Weaknesses is not a negative per se. If it was a complete negative, it would not be one of the major job interview questions. No employer wants a weak employee.
That's true. That's a whole nother perspective on it.
No, they want to know
what?
if you are a weak employee. That's what they want to know. How is that even relevant? Because it's on your job application. It's a good or a bad thing. I'm saying that to use it in the black man's narrative in this white society, or in this society period, I don't want to put a color on it, in this society period, it's a detriment to us. And that's all I'm saying.
Mike, and if I could offer this, mental illness and any factor dealing with our mental wellness goes beyond our color, our class, our race. It goes beyond all those factors. But what I can say, Mike, and let me support you here, brother. The mere fact that you allowed us in this topic called vulnerability, so if we bring it back home, the topic is being vulnerable. You exposed your daughter, not knowing what her response was.
Right.
You allowed yourself to be vulnerable. So I acknowledge that, brother. And the beauty is that we were able to see the love that you gave to your child, in spite of how we're experiencing your machoism. You still showed a part of you that was weak, a part of you that was willing, a part of you that was soft, a part of you that was kind, a part of you that was sweet and loving. And let me tell you, man, embrace it.
And guess what? That was good. And that's a good place to wrap it up as we do. Normally, this has been great for mental health.
Wait, let me get him first. Let me get him.
Now it's a fight. Look, I'm on your side. I just encourage you.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Okay, he joking. All right. He joking. So what we're going to do, like we always do at the close of the show, we are going to go around the table and we are going to leave some food for thought. But before we do that, we want to thank everyone for tuning in and hanging out with us. Special guest, William Michael Barbie. Yay, kudos to you. Our faithfuls, Pastor Chris, Mike McDonald, Lee jumped on, and of course, those in the comments making the show move on with your profound comments and just commenting on what's going on tonight and just being here with us. I also want to encourage you to come on out on Thursday nights with Lady Dawn B. She is live at 8 p.m. on Thursdays. So, Mike McDonald, what do you want to leave for us tonight besides your finger? The trigger. Did you just
be careful of words in your narrative? That's what started men wearing skirts.
Men been wearing kilts forever.
No joke. It's a reality.
They've been wearing. Okay, we're not gonna go to that's the whole.
One man's narrative, and now they're using the same bathroom. Okay.
Okay. Nope. Muting you.
Right.
You're on mute.
Mike.
You're on mute. You are on mute. Okay. Time out. Just. He's on mute. We sorry. We are sorry. Pastor Chris.
I just had to throw a flag on the play, Mike. That was a flag on the play, Mike. That was unnecessary roughness right there, sir. No, but I get what he's saying. I do have to say, it's always an honor to have Donnie Simpson's twin on the show. I'm sorry, William Bill. I'm sorry, William. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah. It's always an honor to have this brother on the show because he drops those bombs. So all I can say with everything that's gone down, even us seeing Mike have a heart, it's a mic drop. That's all I gotta say. I'm done.
All right. Okay. What I will say is, you know, again, we apologize. He never comes on for disclaimers. We never, in all honesty, I'm laughing, but I'm trying not to laugh. We are not here to offend anyone. Everyone is welcome here. We respect everyone's lifestyle here. So that's why we had to mute him. So I would say continue to rumble with vulnerability. When you feel it coming along, don't mask up. Rest in it. Like Brene Brown said, lean into it. And peel back that onion. Figure out who you are to become the better version of yourself. Elaine, and then William, Michael, Barbie, our guest will have the last word.
I would just say, in that vulnerable space, learn to create a safe space for yourself and being transparent with yourself. And I'll go back to the Michael Jackson, you know, starting with the man in the mirror. Be able to say to yourself, who am I? What is it that I like? What is it that I don't like? And how do I show up and be intentional about who you are?
Thank you. I had a wonderful evening. I look forward to coming back because it is great. Elaine and I have spoken about having maybe a co-ed session where men do come on a platform to engage women. My challenge with that, and I'll get to my last word, but my challenge with that is just as the brothers are going through stages of emotional, mental, spiritual development, it'd be great if the women on that side were going through it as well so that we can meet in the middle. So my closing words is my mantra, which is leave more than you take. It's about giving of yourself to something greater. And so that's what I leave us on. Leave more than you take.
I like that. So thank you again for coming on. Quick correction. Lady Dawn B will be on this week only at 8, and then we'll resume her regular time on Thursdays at 7. Again, thank you. Again, we could not do this all without you, your support, and tuning in and just finish your Monday night with us. Pastor Crick said like, click, and share. Like, click, and share. Thank you so much. And guess what? This coming Monday is Memorial Day, and we will not be on, but still tune in because we still have something for you. So, don't fear. Monday, Beyond the Mic will be here. You can sit back and watch it while you're barbecuing, whatever that looks like. Stir the pot. As Pastor Crick says, he's like to kick the pot over, jump out the pot, whatever goes on here. But thank you again, and we are out. And thank you for tuning in and being with us. We hope that you enjoyed the clips that we put together for your entertainment and just for you to remember what the show was about. And if you haven't saw the show, you can go back and watch it in its entirety. Thank you again for always tuning in to Mondays Beyond the Mic with Harlem Girls Inc.